everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a den inside your house. So I've had a little hunt around my house and I brought these things to school. I found a broom, I found some bamboo that was in my garden shed, and I found, can I show you, the inside of wrapping paper. It was a roll from Christmas I had in my house, and then I found some plastic tubing. These are going to help me make my den. And the other thing that I found at school to use is this table. At home you might actually use the chairs where you've got a little bit that's sticking up, but at school our chairs aren't like that. So we're going to use the table as some of the structure of the den today. I'm just going to put these down. And the other things that you might have to hunt around your house to find is something that you can tie the poles together. So I had a look and I found this on one of my dresses. It might be a long strap, a belt from a dressing gown. I found a tie, thought that would be really good for tying. You can cut off some material, or even find a pair of tights that don't get used anymore. So I'm going to use these things to help me tie my poles to make my den a little bit tall, and then I can attach the material as well. So the first thing I need to do is get one of my ties, and I'm going to use my broom, and I'm going to attach it to the leg of the table. And again, I'm going to have to do some wrapping. I'm going to hold it, so I've got a piece here that I'm going to tie with, and I'm going to wrap around. And I think for this one I'm going to be doing the clove hitch knot. So when I get to here, I'm going to bring it around, and you can see the one coming around can come from the bottom and go through, and the one that's at the front stays on top. And I can pull that really tight, and hopefully that will be quite sturdy. So that's one ready. I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to have a tall side on my den. So I'm going to use the bamboo. Let's see, oh, that's a bit tall, that's really tall. I wonder how big my tube is. Oh, I might go with the tube, the bamboo seems really tall. So again, and at home you might have a person to help you to hold the tube while you tie your piece of material on. Again, I'm going to start by wrapping around, and you can pull it tight as you go. This is from a dressing gown, but it's really good for tying. I'm going to keep going around. And this time, I'm actually going to do the reef knot. So I'm looking at my belt, I'm thinking, I've got my left, I know my right, and the left is going to go over and through the loop, and then the right goes over and through the loop. So far on my den, I've got two poles, so I have a structure that I can add some material for my den, and I've used my clove hitch knot and my reef knot. So the next thing, I've got some material. You might use a sheet or a duvet cover from your home, and I had to get two pieces that I'm going to attach. So I need to start by draping it over, and obviously it won't stay on its own. I will need to tie these on each of the poles. I'm going to use this one as well so there's no gap to the bottom. Let's see. And again, I just get my material, my little belts, and feel for the pole. Have a little bit of length ready for tying, but then you do need to wrap because I can't actually cut these belts. If you've got material, you can cut it shorter. I'm going to keep wrapping. Till they're about an equal length now. And this one I'm going to do the reef knot. So I need to think again about my left and my right. My left goes over the right and through the loop. And I pull. And then the right goes over the left, in through the loop and pull. And see what's happened here, this has started to fall off. This is why it is really important to secure your material on. Let's see. So you might decide actually you really like the reef knot, or you might think actually I'm really good at doing the clove hitch knot. And the clove hitch is actually really good when you're joining more than two poles together, especially when they are in opposite directions. So let's make it a little bit shorter. So I'm crossing over, bringing it around. Remember, the part that's coming from around needs to be underneath the one in front. And if you can just see, I have my loop here ready to pull through and make it nice and tight. So to finish my den, I would need to do 2 more knots down here, and then I could put some cushions in it, make it nice and cozy, and then I could play in my den. Now, if you make a den where you're not having to tie your material on, you're doing it a different way, maybe see if you can use those knots to tie something to your den so that you're still having that practice of making those knots. We can't wait to see your photos that you send in on Evidence Me, and good luck. Bye bye.